Kyle Owens checks in from the game of the week, which had a lot of pomp and circumstance leading up to it. And the turnout, well, is a completely different first half from the second half. Let's have Mr. Owens fill us in. Kyle?
What's up, MC? Man, it is quite the regular season finale. We've had some upsets this weekend or tonight and some big games. And shout out to Cujo, shout out to Tyler High for getting back into the playoffs. But tonight we had Malakoff and Winnsboro going at it, and Malakoff has had Winnsboro's number. They've played these past 4 years. Malakoff has won the last 4 meetings, including knocking Winnsboro out of the playoffs twice. And then tonight they got their 5th straight win over Winnsboro, winning 24-7. Now, Coleman, the score looks worse than the game really was. This was a tight one from start to finish. Malakoff went down there. Winnsboro 3-and-out first possession. Malakoff scored on the 3rd play from scrimmage with Davion Johnson, a 29-yard touchdown to take a 7-0 lead. And then it was kind of a defensive battle for the remainder of the half. Winnsboro did find a way to score. Noli Carroll scored a 3-yard rushing touchdown in the second quarter to tie the game at 7. Then we had a missed field goal by Winnsboro, a missed field goal by Malakoff, and then a well-executed 2-minute drive at the end of the half by the Tigers to go down there to set up for a 45-yard field goal attempt by Malakoff, which they made to make the score 10-7 at halftime. It was 10-7 for the whole third quarter, 10-7 for majority of the fourth quarter. Malakoff went on a 20-play drive, Coleman, that ate up most of the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter. 20 plays, 90 yards, drove down there, capped it off with a touchdown by the sophomore quarterback Canyon Marsh to make it 17-7. Noli Carroll threw an interception to Canyon Marsh on the next drive. Malakoff had an 83 long touchdown run by Jarian Hall to make it 24-7 with about 2 minutes left in the game. So yes, the score was 24-7, but if you're Winnsboro, you really played this Malakoff team really tight. But both coaches talked about it earlier in the week, Coleman. You heard it on the preview show. Limit mistakes. You can't have mistakes in this game. And that's what it boiled down to, just making some mistakes like that 83-yard run by Jarian Hall at the end of the game. They had him stopped in the backfield for a 3-4-yard loss, and then he broke some tackles and ended up 88 out the gate. So it was just some missed opportunities, but kudos to Malakoff for being able to come in here and capitalize on those mistakes and really dominate this football game. The defense was phenomenal tonight, Coleman, and you know how I feel about defense.
Yes.
Defense wins championships. This Winnsboro team was putting up 50-plus points a game, and Malakoff held them to 7 points here tonight. So an amazing performance by the Malakoff defense going into a playoff run now where they've been battle tested. They've won a state championship. They've been to the state title game 2 years in a row. This is a battle tested team. It may not look the same, but this is still a very dangerous Malakoff football team.
Well, you know, we had Coach Finney on a few weeks ago on our preview show, and he just talked about how these guys, they get it, they understand it, and they work their tails off, like you said. 24/7 sounds like a beat down, but that is not the case at all. I mean, like you said, it just takes I won't say a fluke play, but a big play, like the young man going 83 yards. Then it's like you're rejuvenated. You know, you've been slugging it out, you've been grinding it out on both teams, and then something like that happens. The opposite effect. For Malakoff, they're up, and then for Winnsboro, they're like, oh shoot. You can say it that way, but they're like, oh my goodness, what's happening here? And that kind of plays itself out because it's the equivalent of making a mistake and having the body language show the mistake, and then you got to have amnesia. And that's what it sounds like it was tough for Winnsboro to do, while Malakoff capitalized on those big plays.
Well, and it's hard too, Coleman, when you've lost to a team 4 times in a row.
Yes.
You know, like then those mistakes get magnified.
Yeah, they
right?
do.
It's oh no, we've given up a big play. Is this going to be a repeat of what happened in years past? You know, it's a mental block, I think, that you have to get over to be able to kind of to beat a team that's been beaten up on you the past few years. But Winnsboro's right there. They're not a bad team. They're right there, and they're without their running back Castleberry. Castleberry has been injured, so that hurts your offense too.
Yeah.
He's a big part of that offense. Camden Capehart, the D1 commit to Mississippi State, the defense for Malakoff did a fantastic job on him. I don't know if he had a catch. I know he had one reverse run in the second half. I don't know if he had a single catch, Coleman. So that's just, again, speaking to this Malakoff defense, they took what Winnsboro did really well and really neutralized it, and that is huge for Malakoff.
Okay.